Hi everyone, so today I'm going to show you how to do this 3D transition on Videostar. It takes 4 clips, but you could also just do 3 clips if you'd like. So first I'm just going to merge my clips together and then import my pictures again. Now I'm going to go to new, multi-layer, and make your color backgrounds green or just whatever color isn't going to blend with your pictures. And then press 3D. For the first layer, I'm just going to add a color layer. It doesn't matter what color because we're going to end up deleting this later on. And press layout and press 3D cube and turn this all the way up. For layer 2, just place your first picture and click layout, and you can either make it a pyramid with the triangle expand effect or just make it a 3D cube. I'm going to be making it a cube, but you can do either shape. And make sure to turn this all the way up if you are using the 3D cube. Now just go into that layer and I'm going to drag this all the way up so it's on top of the first cube. Now I'm going to click this little anchor and I'm just going to press the up button until the red dot is like right about where the middle of the bottom picture is, if that makes sense. So you might need to move your cube up or down so you can see where the red dot is, but just adjust it till it's about in that position and then just move it down again. Now I'm going to add my second picture and making it the same shape as I did with the first one. Now I'm going to rotate this one by 25 and I'm going to move this to the side. Now we're going to press the anchor again, and this time you're going to have to use the up arrow to move it down. So I'm just going to bring it back down so I can see where the arrow is. And then just drag it back onto the side of the first cube once you've got the anchor point down. Now adding our third picture, just make it the same shape. This time I'm going to rotate it by 50 and drag it down. Now clicking the anchor again and changing the anchor point. Like I said, this could also just be a 3-clip transition, so you can stop here if you want, but I'm just going to add a 4th picture. And just doing the same thing, making it the same shape, and this time I'm going to rotate it by 25 this way, and then moving it to the side, and then just clicking the anchor point again, and for this, just press the up button to adjust it. It's a bit weird, I know. Once you have your shapes in place, we can just delete this first layer. If you want, you could add another picture in the middle so it's not empty. I'm just going to leave it empty, but it's all up to you. Now I'm going to add a master with all of the layers. Now just drag it down. And I'm also going to zoom into it a bit. And now I'm going to click this little QR code thing and share my keyframes. And I'm just going to save this for myself. Now we're actually going to delete the path and the size. Trust me, it'll make sense later. So let's go back to our first picture. And at 0.15, I'm going to mark down the size. If you want, you can make your cubes turn like this as they're popping up. So if you want to do that, then make sure to go to the horizontal arrows and mark it down at 0.15 as well. Then at the beginning, make your size 0 and turn this horizontal arrows to about 10, 15. That's usually what looks good for me, but you can adjust it if you want to. Now just add an outgraph for both of these. Now going into our second picture, this time we're going to go to about 1.00, and that's where we're going to mark down the size, and if you're going to add a twist, mark down the horizontal arrows as well. Then at the beginning, make your size 0 and turn your horizontal arrows by about 20, 25. Once again, you can adjust the number, that's just what looks good for me. Now at about 0.15, about halfway through, we're going to mark down the size and these horizontal arrows. Now I'm just going to add an in graph here. And then adding an outgraph for the second marker. Now going into our third picture. Once again, we're going to mark down the size, this time at about 1.15. and also marking down the rotation. Now go back to the beginning, make the size 0 and rotate it by about, once again, 20, 25, around that. Now you want to go to about 0.15 and you're going to make the size 0 again and turn your arrows to its original value, so 0.22 for me. Now about halfway through, so about 1.00, I'm going to mark down the size and the arrows, and then just add your graph. Now if you added a fourth picture, just go into that. This time we're going to mark down the size and the rotation at the very end of the clip. Then at the very beginning, just make the size 0, turn it by about 20, 25, like I've been saying. And then at 1.00, we're going to make the size 0 again and turning this to our original value. Now at 1.15, we're going to mark down the size as well as the rotation and just add your graphs. Now you should have something that looks like this. Now go back into your master and we're going to import the keyframes that we saved earlier. Now the reason why we did this earlier and then deleted it is because obviously we can't see our first cube right now, so we wouldn't know where to drag it and where to zoom it in. But anyways, once you've imported your keyframe, just go to the end and rotate this by 75. Make sure that your arrow is pointing to the left, and at the beginning I'm going to turn it by about 0.10, 0.15 to the right, so make sure that they're in opposite directions. Now usually I would add a graph for this, but I've tried different graphs for this transition and honestly it looks pretty smooth the way it is now. If you want, you can play with different graphs, but personally this is fine for me. And once you're happy with how it looks, just press create and you are done. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow my Instagram at VirgoUnes. Link is in the description. Thank you so much for watching and goodbye.